All right, y'all. Gonna diagnose this Boudoir Facebook ad, see if we believe it has BLCS, aka Boudoir low click syndrome. So BLCS, we're gonna diagnose it, see what our thoughts are. So BLCS, aka Boudoir low click syndrome, is when the unique CTR all of our Boudoir Facebook ad is under 6%. This means fewer than 6 out of 100 women are clicking somewhere on our ad, which means our ad is getting into fewer than 6 out of 100 women's brains, which means fewer than 6 out of 100 women that we're paying to reach, there's actually like a non-zero chance they'll actually buy from us. So we gotta get this number up as high as possible to get our ads into this maximum number of women's brains as possible. Because basically this means how many women are not simply scrolling on by. If they simply scroll on by, our chance of them buying from us is zero. But if they click somewhere, chance of them buying from us is greater than zero. So we gotta get this number up as high as possible. And any number, I mean, 6% is the minimum. Every Boudoir Facebook ad can be above 6% easy. Even if I put in like no effort, I get it above 6%, 100% of the time. So below 6%, we got issues, and that's because unique CTRL under 6% is not normal. It's extremely common. It's literally like 100% of Boudoir Facebook ads I've seen, it's extremely common, but it's not normal. It's actually the symptom of a deeper root cause. And that deeper root cause are the 3 pre-click mistakes. We'll talk about those at the end of at the end of the video. And a Boudoir Facebook advertiser with BLCS is a Boudoir low-click advertiser. So BLCA with BLCS is caused by the 3 pre-click mistakes. So our universe is taking shape here. We also know that a BLCS is treated with Boudoir pre-click optimization, aka Boudoir Pico, and treatment takes about a week. So we invented this. So we duplicate the current Boudoir Facebook ads, leave the originals as they are, running or not running, and we actually treat the duplicated ad. And once we treat the duplicated ad, we actually run that treatment for about a week, and at the end, we keep whichever one running that has the best metrics. Now, once treated with Boudoir Pico, we now have pre-click alignment. So we would have gotten rid of the 3 pre-click mistakes, and we now have pre-click alignment. And pre-click alignment activates Boudoir brain entry boost in our Boudoir Facebook ads. Basically, we got our unique CTR above 6%. And a Boudoir Facebook advertiser with Boudoir brain entry boost is a dominant Boudoir advertiser at DBA. So this is our full universe here. We got a BLCA with BLCS is caused by the 3 pre-click mistakes. That's fine, easy to solve. Treated with Boudoir Pico takes about a week. Achieve pre-click alignment. We become a dominant Boudoir advertiser with Boudoir brain entry boost. Unique CTRLs for our ads never ever below 6% ever again. All right, so my residency, went out there, found some Boudoir Facebook ads out in the wild. Had a unique first one, brought it to the hospital, tested it, had a unique CTRL 4.3%. So we know BLCS is present. So I duplicated it, treated it with Boudoir Pico, took about a week, and got the unique CTRL up to 6.88%. So we found out the original Boudoir Facebook ad was actually wasting 37% of ad spend, literally just being thrown out the window, given to Facebook with no benefit to us. So they're spending 10 grand on the original Boudoir Facebook ad. Now we only need to spend, 10 grand a month. Now we only need to spend $6,700 a month or $6,300 a month on the Boudoir Pico treated ad to get our ads into the same number of women's brains in both scenarios. And in that case, we're pocketing that $3,700 a month that was previously wasted. We're pocketing that. The business owner is by simply not needing to spend that money anymore. No longer needs to spend that money. And because of that, they kind of get a phantom bonus every month, or at the end of the year, at the end of 12 months, they're getting like a phantom, $40,000 bonus. But it was simply 1 week of Boudoir Pico treatment. All right, next we look at my second part of my residency, went out there, found some other Boudoir Facebook ads out in the wild. Found out that or found the second one, brought it to the hospital, treated it, found out its unique CTRL 1.39%. Okay, so we know that BLCS is present because the unique CTRL is under 6%. So I duplicated it, treated it with Boudoir Pico, took about a week, and got the unique CTRL up to 9.13%, much better. So we found out the original was wasting 84% of its ad spend. So they're spending 10 grand a month on the original Boudoir Facebook ad. Now they only need to spend $1,600, 1.6 grand a month on the Boudoir Pico treated Facebook ad to get their ad into the same number of women's brains in both scenarios. So as a result, we're eliminating $8,400 a month in wasted Boudoir Facebook ad spend. And when we eliminate that, we actually, the business owner actually pockets that every single month, kind of like a phantom bonus, phantom profit, doesn't need to serve any clients, but literally $8,400 a month. That's like 100 grand, over the next year. Finally had a patient, that patient come in, saw his ads, Boudoir Facebook ad at 5.03% unique CTRL. So we knew that BLCS is present. So we duplicated it, or did a lot of work on this one. Treated it with Boudoir Pico, took about a week. And we got the unique CTRL up to 15.35%. So we found out the original Boudoir Facebook ad was wasting 67% of ad spend. And it was wasting 67% of ad spend. That means that they're spending 10 grand a month on the original Boudoir Facebook ad. They only need to spend $3,300 a month on the Boudoir Pico treated ad to get their ad into the same number of women's brains in both scenarios. So it's $6,700 a month that was being wasted. Now it's back in his pocket every single month. He doesn't have to spend that money anymore. And, it's like, what's an 80K bonus at the end of the year, something like that. So the average Boudoir Facebook ad with BLCS is wasting about 50% of its ad spend. So, look at the numbers right here. We got wasting 37%, wasting 84%, wasting 67%. Take the average of these numbers, probably somewhere between 50 to 60%. So that means for Boudoir Facebook advertisers spending more than 10 grand a month in Boudoir Facebook ads, literally off rip, approximately 5K a month is being wasted, paid to Facebook for no benefit whatsoever. And that's every single month. So at the end of 12 months, it's approximately 60K over the next year. Treated with Boudoir Pico. So we're going to look at this, diagnose it, see if we believe it has BLCS, Boudoir low click syndrome. So we got the below creative cluster mistake here. False belief that causes us to make this mistake is we're trusting what Facebook says. All these fields we should fill out during ad setup is actually what we should fill out. And the consequence of this is way, way, way more women going to be scrolling by our ad than necessary, which Facebook likes because it enables Facebook to serve more ads per unit time, make more money per unit time, but we actually waste more money per unit time. So this pulls our unique CTRL under 6%, and it actually contributes to BLCS, Boudoir low click syndrome. Next, we're going to look at the creative, the photo here. All right, yeah, this looks like an ad mistake. So the false belief that causes us to make this mistake is we believe our ads should look like ads, because on Facebook, that's what we keep seeing. Facebook ads, also other Boudoir Facebook ads, they all look like ads. So everyone can't be wrong, can they? Well, every Boudoir Facebook ad I've seen has had BLCS, Boudoir low click syndrome, with a unique CTRL under 6%, other than the ones I've treated. So we actually, consequence of this is way more women going to be scrolling by our Boudoir Facebook ad than necessary, pulling our unique CTRL under 6% and decreasing the well, increasing the probability that we have BLCS, Boudoir low click syndrome. Finally, let's see, look at the Seymour headline. First 2 3/4 lines, Facebook mobile news feed. Boudoir session. All right, so this is the lack of context mistake. The false belief that caused us to make this mistake is we believe we provide enough context to have more of the right women, or to maximize the number of women clicking into our ad without deterring too many women. And yeah, we're not at the maximization point. It's an optimization problem. So the consequence of this is way more women gonna be scrolling by our Boudoir Facebook ad than necessary. And as a result, it's gonna pull our unique CTR under 6% and actually increase the probability that we have BLCS, aka Boudoir low click syndrome. So final diagnosis, yes, I do believe this Boudoir Facebook ad has BLCS, aka Boudoir low click syndrome, because of its unique CTR less than 6%. So if you're a BLCA with BLCS, a Boudoir low click advertiser with Boudoir low click syndrome, and you're spending more than 10 grand a month on Boudoir Facebook ads, and you're looking around at the market, you're seeing more Boudoir photographers enter the market every single day. You know, someone gets a new iPhone, all of a sudden they're throwing up a Google Maps profile saying they do boudoir photo shoots, or they get a new camera and they're, they get a new camera and then they're posting in the mom groups that they now do boudoir photo shoots. So it's basically more competition for the same number of buyers. So it's getting more competitive, more saturated out there in the marketplace. And, so, and you're also seeing inflation and living costs, cost of living, taking that into account. So you've already been optimizing your business, trying to pull out more profit for ideally, less input, less work. Try to get a jump on all this and remain competitive. And you see Boudoir Pico can, save you approximately 5K in wasted Boudoir ad spend. Eliminate that, about half the ad spend being wasted, and eliminate that and put that 5K back in your pocket instead of the Zuck's pocket. And that'd be approximately 60K over the next 12 months. And so you want this outcome, and you also want to achieve pre-click alignment to become a dominant Boudoir advertiser with Boudoir Brain Entry Boost, because you need this to achieve that on your path to becoming the #1 Boudoir photographer in your city. Then shoot me a DM, and well, I don't have any, my patient intake is closed right now, but shoot me a DM and when my patient intake opens. So my DMs are closed, but patient intake's closed. But when my new patient intake opens, my DMs are open. Shoot me a DM and we'll see if you qualify for the Boudoir Pico treatment.